Sorry, that was a frequency jump. I deal with my ears at the moment. Sorry for the... My eyes are quite sensitive. I'm like a wuss. I'm a stick doll that just falls apart and at any obstacle. But I'm trying. I am my best to heal. But yeah, just checking we're not all going mad. I'm mad in the first instance, and I don't wish anybody. It's really weird. I saw a positive post about Bojo all of a sudden after Partygate. The news. Okay, it's a bit sickening if I'm honest. But he's presented like a god in the sense that wearing of face masks, and I just watched him give House of Commons, and it was rapturous. I'm terrible with language. Rapturous applause that, you know, the government did the right thing. Blah blah blah. They're easing the self-isolation. They're easing the wearing of face masks. People are allowed to go back to work. They're all good things. It's just the timing. We've just had Omicron with the highest numbers on record. What the fuck is... Pardon me, what is going on? You know, it's like... I saw the post on Facebook and I was like, oh, great. And I listened to the Commons talk on YouTube and I thought, hang on a second, this isn't right. We've just come out of a lockdown, where we've just come out of a new variant that's taken a lot more lives and a lot more people self-isolating. What in your minds is it that you think now is the right time, now is an appropriate time to stop all those measures as opposed to before Omicron hit? It just seems like they're effects upon the spread of the coronavirus themselves. And my life is hard enough, man. What the hell is... There's a possibility of another variant popping up. And, you know, we've had 3 variants. Because, in absolute honesty, if the best case scenario is there's no conspiracies and using psychosomatic mental it's like the mind can heal. The mind can heal the body. That's my experience as a healer. If you go about healing a disease, for each and every disease to heal yourself through a mental application to life, yes, your life will change. But that's your mind being prepared to be flexible as a means to health. I've got an encyclopedia there with the mental applications of why people get disease. So in other words, you can flick through and have a look at different diseases. AIDS to sleep apnea to hemorrhoids and everything else. And it gives you, it's a woman. And that's what she found. It might not be perfect, but I go by it. And that's the psychosomatic effect, the power of the mind. Now that's all good and well. And it's all good and well, the government applying strategic planning to a very dangerous pandemic that's killed. Don't forget the amount of lives it's taken. And it's the government applying a mental application to saying to the sheeple, the people, if we do this, if we do that, if we do the other, the virus is so bad now. And if we get a lot of hype and a lot of jubilation as a result of the spirit that goes back to people after lockdowns and everything else, gives them the energy, gives them the mental assertion to really, and the one true thing that they said, they compared it to the flu, to overcome the flu. You know, you half question, they've got a mass pandemic out there. Do the people in the labs modify the malicious virus to create the Omicron virus, which is highly contagious but not as lethal, so that everyone gets it and thinks, oh yeah, we're stronger now against this virus. We've had the booster, we've had the virus 3-4 times, we've had 3 boosters. Oh yeah, this virus Omicron, it wasn't nice. And look, we've just had like most of the population contract it again, and they've all survived. Most of them have survived instead of copying it, and that's good news. But I can half believe the government would create that variant so that the people can have the right mental application, and that if you actually follow all the different restrictions, it's all about the mental application for the individual so they can withstand the flu as best as possible. Now, that's not a problem, but it is a problem. It's not a problem in the sense that it works, and that's a good thing, but it's a problem. You pay how many billions and trillions to the pharmaceutical industry when we've got a wide mentality willing to apply to a pandemic when lives are at risk, that everything's psychosomatic. What the fuck? Do you know how many people take medication each year? How many side effects? How many billions are wasted on a fucking, pardon my language, how many billions, how many trillions are given to the pharmaceutical industry? So they're not good. Own them aren't good companies at all. But they get trillions and trillions of pounds. Now, all I'm saying is for the government, look, guys, we've had a cover-up. We've had the research for decades now that disease is curable through psychosomatic principles. We're going to totally radicalise the NHS. God, million, I think it was, due to Brexit. I wouldn't be surprised if it would be 350 billion you'd save through the NHS. About what's possible for humankind instead of keeping us dumbed down. Because once we start believing in the power of mind, do you reckon we're going to stick around wearing face masks? Do you reckon we're going to stick around with poverty? Do you reckon we're going to stick around with climate change? Nah. We're going to become an enlightened species very quickly. Is why the cover-up? Why the cover-up? Why the cover-up? Why the face mask? About our ability to heal. Game that the NHS plays each year that's willing to cause so much more disease as a result of the application of medication. When there are so many natural healing arts that you could share to the population for them to heal themselves. If that's... It's an offence. I feel sick. The one thing in that speech was the honesty that he said and compared the coronavirus to the flu. You don't know the pain from my position. And the sheeple, the collective psychosis, you're all aware. Going on. I want to end on a fuck you, but I'm trying to change. And the question, is this really the world you want to live in? Because if it is, I'm going to stop, man. What am I doing? All I want is an explanation of why this is such a good place to stop at, instead of returning to Atlantis, or even better, Lemuria. An enlightened world without suffering. Why? Do you reckon we've got 8 billion enlightened souls on the planet, with their minds, with their hearts, with their souls activated, we're going to have a problem with aliens? When we can fucking, pardon my language again, when we can part oceans, an ocean, and walk across the sea. We can levitate. We can fire beams of lightning with our eyes. We can change our voices and sound like anybody we want. Climate change, we radicalise and sort it out with the power of our minds as a collective. We heal by playing music. We go back to ancient Egypt. Return to ancient Greece with the wisdom and the philosophy. We go to the Ayurvedas and embrace their wisdom in terms of the Ayurveda system, healing. We go to the ancient Taoists and take their wisdom, their simplicity, their understanding of how to live with nature. We go to the Red. We see the wisdom, the love in their dance, their courage, their strength to have suffered what they've at the hands of my tribe, and to have watched Turtle Island turn into Joke America. I'm sorry. When you look at the diet, standard American diet, the sad diet, I don't mean to pick anybody, but it's offensive to me. I don't understand how people are alive. It hurts me when I see a lot of Americans on a sad diet. I can't imagine what the Red Indians feel living next to, seeing how we behave in our idiocy. My language is crap. My brain's turned off. In our stupidity. And in their land, their island, their ways. And we said, no, you can't be like this. We're going to take this bit of land. We're going to take that bit of land. And then 67 station, that will be the biggest piss take to your emotional integrity as a soul, as a human being. Remembering the suffering that you, your tribe, loved ones, children have suffered. I can't imagine stand there as a community and dance and sing and drum. Man, we've got stuff to fucking learn, and I mean to swear on that time. Then you go to the Mayans. Understand that their willingness to really... You got the pyramids from... The wisdom of the ancient Mayans is... And it's hidden because it's a very practical application. And because they're based in love, when they get invaded, they say, yeah, come in. We're not going to fight, man. We're chilled. We were wise, but you're wiser. Come in. And it's hidden. The wisdom of the ancient Maya. The mind, you can't... The way I see their minds is unbelievable. If you ever want to do anything in this world, you want a Mayan mind. And they just come in and say, yeah, take over, man. What we're going to fight for? You want to be wise? Be wise. And they've got Joke America building a wall between them. I think that's what the calendar was for 2012. When are they going to build the wall so we can't see them anymore? It hurts. We love them too much. You can't imagine their love. God knows Africa, the wisdom and everything else that was held there and has just been totally obliterated and covered up. They've been given the white dream as the way to live, and the whole continent is so suffocated in the present moment that they can't do a thing else but say, look, this is the world. Let's fight for the white sickness. Let's forget where we came from. They've burnt and pillaged and everything else. They've raped our land. What the fuck are we doing? How fucking dare we apply a mental fucking psychosomatic principle to healing? How fucking dare you, Boris Johnson? How fucking dare you, government? I'm sorry, Queen Elizabeth, the government needs sacking. This is serious. This is almost more serious than the fucking pandemic in the first place. What are we doing still going to war? What are we doing paying Big Pharma for medication to create more side effects and disease? What are we doing working Monday to Friday for what was money and now is... That's all it is. Paper with economics backing it up. What are we doing? What are we doing eating the standard American diet? I mean, don't get me wrong. I was a big child, and I know the taste of that food. It tastes amazing. All day, every day. But I can't. I understand health. It's like I haven't had the training from this effing world effects, because if we train our minds, we grow. And I believe in psychosomatic effects, and I can put a certain level of application towards it. To a whole world where if we wanted, we'd be 8 billion people with muscles for brains the size of Arnold Schwarzenegger's arms when he won Mr. Universe. With the ability of the Mayan mind to basically do whatever we wanted. And 8 billion people could eat pancakes with syrup on them all day long, every day. Hamburgers for dinner, because we don't have to kill any animals. We just manifest the meat out. Eat a hamburger. Where's the karma? It came out of thin air. My body's going to digest it perfectly, better than the food I can digest currently with the diet I'm trying to apply a mental application of health for. The amount of chocolates we could eat all day. What world do you want to live in? Don't you? What do you want to eat all day, every day? Be honest with yourself. But no, we've got to play games. We've got to tell lies. So that this dumb idiot sitting here in front of you, Gabriel, has had to change his name because his life's so fucking traumatic, is pain because of all the lies. Bombs on each other. We're still going to war. Don't tell me the pandemic's over when that application of the pandemic's over means it's in a couple of years if we really wanted to. Don't tell me the pandemic's over because that's stopping me levitating and teleporting and swimming under the Atlantic Ocean without taking a breath for all of that time, going for a swim with the sharks. Don't come anywhere near me. You won't want to. Your teeth aren't nothing for my spirit. With a lion, picking up a rattlesnake by its head and looking it dead in the eyes. What world do you want to live in, man? Applauding Bojo after him just having a scandal the other week. Not that it was it was probably part of the effing mind games needed in some strange way to affect the population. Don't tell me we could be in Atlantis when this is my life. Maybe I'll find it, the old one, whilst I'm swimming through the Atlantic. I'll send everybody a text message or an email. Depends where we are with the lies, if we've evolved enough. You know, you can all see through my eyes. Across. I don't want to be alive.